Number 1. The first video comes from a YouTuber named Wild Pursuit, a creator who mainly shares hunting and outdoor adventures. In this video, however, the focus isn't on hunting, and it's worth mentioning that no animals were harmed. It was the opening morning of archery season, and he headed out before sunrise, excited to spend the day in the woods.
I got off work this morning at 2:30 or 2 o'clock, got home, showered and everything, in bed by 3:30, and I was just gonna stay awake, but I fell asleep. Oh, and there's a deer two deer crossing the road right now. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. Oh, there goes another doe. And there's another one over there. Yeah, so it is 7:05, and I'm just now on my way out.
While driving to his hunting spot, he noticed several deer crossing the road, one after another. It seemed like a promising sign that the forest would be full of activity. After arriving, he parked his vehicle and hiked through the trees to a location where he had hunted successfully in the past. Believing deer would pass through the area, he climbed into his tree stand and waited quietly with his bow, staying completely still for a long time.
Okay, so I'm up in the stand. I shot a buck 2 years ago, right there. And I forgot my my bow hanger, so I'm just gonna be holding it, but
Eventually, a deer appeared and slowly walked closer. As it moved within range, he prepared to take a shot, but decided against it. The deer remained alert, and the two stayed locked in a tense standoff for several minutes. When the deer finally began walking away, he tried drawing his bow again. That's when everything suddenly went wrong.
Yeah, you probably should have. Just wait till I come back. You don't want to make it worse.
yeah, there was a really big doe in front of me, and I drew on her, and then she saw me, so we're in a stare down, and she started, I let my bow down because she was staring at me, and then she started walking away real slow, so I drew again, but as I drew back, my elbow hit the tree and knocked me off balance, and I tried grabbing onto a branch that was up in the tree right next to me, and it snapped.
as I grabbed onto it.
As he pulled the bow back, his elbow struck the tree behind him, throwing him off balance. He instinctively reached for a nearby branch to stop himself, but it snapped under his weight. Although he was wearing a safety harness, it somehow failed to keep him secured, and he fell hard from the tree. It could have ended much worse if there had been sharp branches or rocks below. Fortunately, he survived the fall and was taken to the hospital, where doctors treated him for bruises and torn ligaments in his leg. Considering the height of the fall, he was extremely lucky to escape without life-threatening injuries. The accident serves as a reminder that even experienced outdoorsmen can face unexpected danger. No matter how familiar a situation feels, accidents can happen in an instant, making proper safety equipment and careful preparation absolutely essential. Number 2. The next story follows David, an experienced overlander who spends much of his time camping in remote locations with his dog Piper. After years of sleeping alone in the wilderness, very little surprises him. But one night on a quiet beach convinced him to leave without a second thought. David's plan was simple. He drove his truck as far down a remote stretch of coastline as possible, found a secluded spot among the dunes, and set up camp for the night.
What's up, guys? David here from Overland Nomad. Today we are going to be camping on the beach. I got my 94 Toyota pickup. I'm going to be camping in my DIY pop-top camper. We got Piper with us, and we already have our first obstacle, which is right in the entrance to the beach. I think this should be good. If the wind changes a little later, then we can move around, maybe get a little closer. But I do like that I'm a little hidden. I don't want to get too in the dunes because then it gets a little hot. I think we should be good there.
Everything seemed peaceful as he unpacked his gear and settled in. After dark, the quiet atmosphere suddenly changed. While preparing dinner, David noticed a light moving toward his campsite. Piper immediately became alert and started barking, making it clear that someone was approaching. Unsure of who it was or what they wanted, David stayed cautious and kept his means of protection close by.
¿Qué pasó? Okay. Piper, you scared me, dude. I kid you not, I was cooking and I was just having to stare through the window and I see a light like coming up, like someone walking. And it freaked me out. I got my protection and I grabbed Piper because Piper will attack. And yeah, it was a lady. I saw there was a car that went up to the East Cut. And I do know that there's one car out there. I can see its lights, and I guess they're stuck. But look, I would love to help, but I'm by myself. There's no one out here. And I don't know if it's a trap. I don't know. So, you know, I offered to call, you know, have signal. She said she didn't. I said, well, I can call, you know, you can use my phone. But yeah, that's sketchy. All right, guys, I'm gonna pack up and leave. So that was a weird situation. I got a really bad vibe about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and skedaddle because it just didn't sound right. She had a freaking phone. I offered her to make a phone call. She said no. I don't know. And you know, I might sound like a jerk, but I don't know, man. I'm out here by myself. There's no patrolling law enforcement out here. You're on your own.
A woman eventually reached his campsite and claimed that her vehicle had become stuck nearby. She said she was traveling with her husband and baby and needed assistance. David offered to call for help using his phone since he had a signal. but she declined. That response immediately raised his suspicions. Having spent years camping alone, David trusted his instincts. Something about the encounter didn't feel right.
All right, guys, this is probably the creepiest camping situation I've ever had, to be honest with you. So I packed up everything. I'm just verifying everything is here. Looks like everything's secured. All right, well, time to go. All right, guys, well, I was thinking about just camping a few miles south, but then I spoke to my wife and she had a good point. She's like, that just sounds super sketchy. She's like, I don't know how you're gonna go to sleep. And I said, yeah, you're right. And I did call, I called 911. I called the county just to report it. And they said they couldn't do much. They're like, we can't send anyone out there to like rescue or anything. Like, they're on their own on that one. And then I told them my predicament, and the guy was like, oh yeah, that sounds super sketchy. I'd probably leave. So I calmly packed my items and then I'm heading south now. And at this point, I think I'm just gonna go home because that was spooky in itself.
And he couldn't shake the feeling that it might be a setup. Rather than take the risk, he quietly packed all of his gear and prepared to leave. Before driving away, he contacted local authorities to report the situation. After explaining what had happened, he was advised that leaving the area was probably the safest decision. Instead of finding another nearby campsite, David decided to head home altogether. To this day, he describes it as one of the creepiest experiences he's ever had while camping. Whether the people genuinely needed help or not remains unknown. But in isolated places where there's no one else around, trusting your instincts can be the difference between a close call and a dangerous situation. Number 3. The next video comes from Broken Capital, a UK exploration channel known for visiting abandoned locations with dark histories. Their adventures often take them to forgotten churches, old graveyards, and places surrounded by local legends in search of unexplained experiences. On New Year's Day in 2022, the team traveled deep into a remote woodland to investigate the ruins of an abandoned churchyard linked to the legend of the Grey Lady. According to local folklore, the spirit of a woman buried there repeatedly destroyed the church whenever people tried to rebuild it, eventually causing the site to be abandoned.
It's so creepy in here. It's literally just in the middle of nowhere. Let's go up this way. Now there used to be an old church here. There's a legend that...
Oh, there's an entrance there, look.
Okay. This must be it. Dunno. What does it say?
Yeah, there's all like stones down there as well. I think that's an old grave. Looks like it.
Does look like an old gravestone. And tree roots coming through it. Proper shitting myself. But yeah, what I was saying before is there was an old church, and the legend is, what was the legend? A woman got buried in the wrong place and she kept knocking it down every time they tried to rebuild. And no, the Grey Lady, I think they called her. And it's just like a legend that everyone kind of knew. And then in the end they just stopped building it, I suppose. But it's in the middle of these woods. We're obviously in the right place. There's little signs there.
As they made their way through the dense forest, they found weathered gravestones hidden beneath thick tree roots. The location was eerily quiet, and the deeper they walked into the woods, the more isolated it felt. Before they could even finish explaining the history of the place, a loud scream suddenly echoed through the trees. The unexpected sound cut through the silence, causing both investigators to stop in their tracks. Whatever had made the noise seemed uncomfortably close, but they couldn't find any obvious source.
You just throw something then?
Huh?
Did you just throw something then?
No. What do you mean?
Nothing. That's alright. What was your name? Because I see a grave. That's two.
What does it say?
I'm not sure. I can't really make it out.
No, I can see it from here a bit better. It says, in memory of Susanna, daughter of Thomas, and Martha. I can't see.
Continuing their search, they examined several old gravestones and noticed something unusual. One of the headstones was covered with deep scratches that looked far more severe than ordinary weather damage. The marks appeared sharp and deliberate, leaving them questioning what could have caused them.
Oh my god.
If you come on this side, it looks like there's a hole or something on the right hand side. Yeah, you see?
Oh, something's tried to scratch its way out.
Yeah. I think that's where, you know the grave laid earlier on?
Yeah.
I think that was, well, I don't know if this was her tomb, but that was where they were like trying to like get out or something. Because you know when she didn't want the church to build.
Super creepy in here, guys. Whoa.
As they explored further, another strange moment unfolded. A clear musical note echoed through the foggy woodland. It sounded like it came from a piano or an old church organ, yet there were no buildings nearby and no obvious explanation for where the sound originated. The eerie music left both investigators visibly shaken. Whether it was an unusual natural phenomenon, a trick of the environment, or something far more mysterious is impossible to say. Whatever the cause, the unsettling sounds and the atmosphere of the abandoned churchyard made this one of the most disturbing investigations they had ever experienced. Number 4. The next video comes from Paranormal Walks, a UK creator who combines solo wild camping with paranormal investigations. He often spends nights alone in remote forests, bringing ghost hunting equipment to document anything unusual that might happen. On June 10, 2024, he traveled to Cannock Chase in England, a forest well known for its eerie reputation. He chose the location because of its isolation.
Camp a few weeks back, I just never videoed it. I've done quite a few, I just never thought about videoing it until now. Maybe, I brought the ghost hunting stuff with me, just in case, you know, my glasses keep falling off my face.
And planned to live stream the investigation alongside another paranormal investigator. After setting up camp, he placed several motion-activated devices around the area. As darkness settled in, the equipment suddenly began activating on its own, even though nothing could be seen nearby. At the same time, he believed he heard faint whispers and unexplained sounds coming from the surrounding woods. Unsure of what was causing them, he continued recording while trying to stay calm.
I heard a McDonald's on there. Or a whistle, something anyway. Bruce, can you make this? What? It doesn't hurt. I need you to do that, just to prove that you're around.
Later that night, after turning off the camera and settling into his tent, he was jolted awake by loud rustling against the outside walls. The noises were close enough to make it sound as if something was moving around the tent. With no clear way to identify the source in the darkness, he stayed inside until daylight.
A piece of paracord with, I think it was a piece of wood, shaved piece of wood, hanging from the tree. But I didn't notice it last night. I didn't notice it first thing this morning. Only when I was doing my clear up one more time, and noticed it. Look at that. Somewhere over there. That's where I was. As we head down here, this is the spot, just where the trees are, over the path. Something marching towards me. Feels completely different in the day. It's lovely, to be honest, in the daytime around Castle Rink.
The following morning, while packing up his campsite, he noticed something he was certain hadn't caught his attention before. Hanging from a branch directly above where his tent had been was a short piece of paracord tied to a carefully carved piece of wood. Whether it had been there all along or appeared during the night, he couldn't explain it. Looking back on the experience, several details continued to bother him. The unexplained motion sensor activations, the strange whispers, the rustling outside his tent, and the mysterious wooden token hanging overhead. None of these events had a clear explanation, and together they turned what should have been a routine camping trip into one of his most unsettling nights in the wilderness. Number 5. The next video follows John, an urban explorer known for investigating abandoned places and documenting strange experiences. Over the years, he's explored countless forgotten locations, but this investigation turned out to be one of his most unsettling.
We're in the middle of the woods. We're on a hike. We're hunting for a cabin. We got, what is it, how many miles is it? 2.5 miles. 2.5 mile hike in the middle of the night. How cool is that? We must be freaking insane. That should make you feel good about being out here by yourself. In the middle of nowhere.
I did too. They keep stacking
There's like a wolf or something just howled. I missed it on mine. I think they caught it.
You know what? You can go ahead and just carry that pistol and I'll let hold the camera for you.
Yeah.
What are we doing out here? Oh my god. I hope y'all can hear that.
That is so scary.
That is. You know what? There's at least 4 or 5 of them I hear. They're gonna keep going this way. And they're going.
My heart's pounding right now. I think it's coyotes, guys.
That makes me feel real good, guys. I mean, we've been walking here maybe 10 minutes. We got like a 40-minute walk in here.
Yeah.
John and a group of fellow explorers set out late at night on a long hike through a remote forest, hoping to find an abandoned cabin hidden deep in the mountains. Before they even reached their destination, the sound of coyotes echoing through the woods reminded them just how isolated they were. As they continued along the trail, they realized they had wandered off course. Instead of finding the cabin, they came across an old church surrounded by a forgotten cemetery. The unexpected discovery immediately changed the mood.
Stuff.
Why my phone just cut right off?
What was that?
Dude, what the heck? Let's go, let's go, go.
Let's get out. Go. Let's get out here. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit stop record. Go. I hear something moving. Come on. Oh, you all right? Go. It's just an eerie, extremely dark. I mean, it's a 162 LED spotlight. It's just so dark here. It's having a hard time penetrating through the woods.
It sucks up the light.
It does. We've been walking quite a while trying to find this thing. Hey,
I think we passed by it.
I think we passed by it. I think we're going to go up a little bit and hit back. There's a trail up here. Whoa. What's that? No, that's cabins. What? That's a church, dude. There's a cemetery right here. Look.
Hell no.
Dude, there's a freaking cemetery.
Bro, what the hell are what? Where's the cabin?
I don't know, but we just come across a big church.
We're looking for a cabin. I know what it looks like. We've been there before. I don't know if it's active church.
This is crazy. Did not expect to come across this. Dude, it's actually a freaking... It's got a bell and everything up in it.
Hey, it's not what we were looking for, but under the circumstances, this is gonna do.
Yeah, for real.
I think I'm happy finding this place. I'm not looking for.
The area was silent, heavily overgrown, and far more unsettling than they had anticipated. Curious, they decided to explore the church instead. Inside, they found signs that the building had once been well cared for, but before long, strange noises began echoing through the structure. The sounds seemed to come from different directions, making it impossible to tell whether they were inside the building or somewhere outside in the darkness. With each unexplained noise, the group's anxiety continued to grow.
Well, this was not expected. I don't know, the music books are still open. There's like people's been signing in. It's crazy. Wasn't recording. What did it? I heard it though. I don't. It sound like it was inside here, dude.
Okay, there's somebody out there. Well, jumped out in 2 seconds.
My heart is pounding right now.
Oh my god.
Dude, I know I was in here because you all sitting right here.
Well, we was all sitting here looking at each other. I mean, good lord.
After spending several hours investigating, they finally decided to leave in the early hours of the morning.
I don't see anything. I tell you, my heart's still pounding. It's around here. Well, there's the road. Yeah.
This one's got something on it. 1917 to 1917.
Someone just moved back behind us. What's that? It's a leaf. That leaf was glowing.
White, right?
It did. It's probably just small animals or something, but man, it's unnerving. After what we just experienced in there was freaking... My heart's still pounding, guys. My nerves are through the roof. You guys bring this stuff with you, don't you?
Well, bro, I jumped up. But you really jumped up.
Yeah, dude, it scared me. Let's head back. Let's see what we can find. We're going to see if we can find the cabin on the way back. But let's continue on. My camera won't focus either. What was that? It focused when I turned that way. Okay, guys, it's time to get out of here.
As they walked back through the cemetery, another loud sound suddenly broke the silence. It was enough to convince everyone that it was time to leave for good. The group carefully made their way back through the forest, unable to shake the feeling that they were being watched. Whether the noises came from wildlife, the old building settling, or something they couldn't explain remains a mystery. Whatever the truth, even experienced explorers admitted the night's events left them genuinely unsettled. The video is another reminder that abandoned places can be unpredictable, and sometimes the most unsettling part is simply not knowing what caused what you heard. Number 6. The next story follows James, a full-time van lifer who spends most of his time traveling, camping in remote locations, and exploring abandoned places. His adventures usually go as planned, but one night in New Mexico took a frightening and completely unexpected turn. James had planned to spend the night near an abandoned property after finishing his exploration. Since he couldn't get inside one of the old buildings, he decided to sleep in his truck, parked just outside. After wrapping up his filming for the day, he settled in for what he expected would be a quiet night. Instead, he was suddenly awakened by the sound of people pulling up nearby.
This is where I will be sleeping tonight. I actually just parked my truck right outside of here. I was going to see if I could open this garage door and sleep inside the bays, but I can't actually get it open. So I'm out here just kind of chilling. I'll just be chilling in my truck for the night. I'm definitely running out of storage space, so I need to wrap this video up actually if I'm going to get the whole thing out. So tomorrow I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to end up heading home. So I'm crashing out here. I'll end up heading home, and I have to wrap the video here, guys. Just because I don't have the space to keep making a longer video. This one turned out, I was editing right now and it turned out super long. So a bunch of guys just pulled up and shot my truck with me in it. I was literally sleeping in the back and they shot it up right there. Yeah, so that was pretty crazy because these guys pulled up and you know, I don't know, I think it was, hopefully it was just a bunch of kids or whatever, but yeah, even hopefully, but so I'm in the truck and, you know, these guys pulled up and I heard them pull up and I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm at this building because I was staying at that abandoned place and I'm at this building and, man, it was crazy. They just started shooting at my truck and I'm in it. So I ducked down. I was like, oh my God, like I ducked down. I was like, okay, well, you know, they're shooting at the glass, whatever. And then I heard them take off and I just got out and, you know, basically got in the front, checked it out, got in the front and drove off because I'm not going to stay there tonight, obviously not after that, you know what I mean? So I don't know if I'm going to go down the road or what. I'm pretty far from home. I don't want to have to drive all the way home tonight. But that was pretty crazy. Watch, I'll show you. I mean, I haven't found any rounds yet. They're small. It's 22 probably, right? Or something, but I haven't seen any rounds in here or anything. My truck's a mess, but yeah, so aside from needing a new window.
Moments later, his truck was struck multiple times while he was still inside. Startled and unsure of what was happening, he immediately ducked for cover and stayed low until the vehicle drove away. Once the area became quiet again, James climbed into the driver's seat and left immediately, deciding it was far too dangerous to remain there. After checking the damage, he discovered his truck had been hit, including a broken window, but thankfully he hadn't been injured. Later, he learned that the shots had likely come from a pellet gun rather than a firearm. Even so, pellet guns can still cause serious injuries, especially at close range, making the incident far from harmless. The encounter is a reminder that abandoned locations don't just carry the risk of crumbling buildings or wildlife. They can also attract reckless individuals or illegal activity. James was fortunate to escape with only damage to his truck, but the situation could have ended much differently. It's another reason why choosing a safe place to camp and staying aware of your surroundings is always worth the extra effort. Number 7. The wilderness can be a peaceful place, offering beautiful views and quiet moments, but things can change without warning. One morning, after enjoying a cup of coffee at her campsite, a woman decided to take her dog for a walk through the nearby mountains. It was supposed to be a relaxing start to the day, but within minutes, the peaceful hike turned into a terrifying ordeal. Out of nowhere, a bear stepped out from the trees.
No. Go away. Hey. 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 Stop. Enough. Hey. No. No. Hey. Hey. Stop it. Stop. Enough. No. Hey. Hey. Stop. Stop it. Go away. Enough. Hey. Bad. Bad. Stop!
Realizing the danger, she immediately started recording as the animal focused its attention on her dog. The dog began barking, clearly sensing the threat, while the bear continued moving closer. What first seemed like a chance encounter quickly became much more serious. The bear repeatedly charged toward the dog, forcing the woman to stand her ground and do everything she could to drive it away. Every second felt unpredictable as the animal refused to leave. After several tense moments, the bear finally lost interest and slowly retreated into the forest. Thankfully, neither the woman nor her dog was hurt, but the encounter left them badly shaken. It's a powerful reminder that even the most peaceful trails can become dangerous without warning, and wildlife should always be treated with caution and respect. Number 8. The next video comes from Harp's Paranormal Investigations, a UK team that explores forests, abandoned locations, and historic sites after dark. Using equipment such as M5 meters, trail cameras, and spirit boxes, they investigate reports of paranormal activity while documenting everything they experience. In March 2026,
hello everyone and welcome. We've come to a place called Clapham Woods, which has got a really notorious reputation for hauntings and stuff going on, and one particular place is this tree here. It's got a lot of activity around it, supposed activity, strange things are supposed to happen, strange forces coming out the tree, and I've got to say that since locked off cameras, one just behind the camera there, a camcorder on the tree, and one, the trail cam, is tied to another tree. It's not damaging the tree in any way, and just as we were testing to set up, see if we got the right angle, Norman said to me, have a look.
the team visited Clapham Woods in West Sussex, a forest long associated with strange sightings and unexplained events. Their investigation focused on a particular tree that local legends claim is connected to unusual activity. Even before the investigation properly began, one of the investigators reported a sharp pain in the back of his head and neck whenever he stood near the tree. As the team finished setting up their cameras, they reviewed one of the trail camera monitors and noticed something unsettling. A dark, human-shaped figure appeared to walk behind one of the investigators. Yet when he immediately turned around, no one was there.
Thank you. My neck's hurting. Right hand side.
Wow, look at that.
Wow, that's off the scale, that one.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you very much. Could you stop that now, please? Would you step away from it, please? There's nothing affecting that at all that we can point.
Nothing we can attribute it to.
That just said,
Attribute it to.
be quiet and listen, that just said. Okay. The floor is yours. We're listening. Were found in these woods. These woods. These woods. Was your body found here? There is a slight wind, but
It's not enough to move the bear.
it's not affecting it now.
It's virtually moving that tag on it.
Yeah, so you
I mean,
can
all
see.
right, it's gusting a little bit, but it's not moving
Yeah.
the bear.
That's why I left the tag on it.
Yeah.
So you can see when the wind's moving.
But there's no
Blowing.
movement on the bear
No.
itself.
Could you come?
As the night continued, their equipment began reacting in unusual ways. The EMP meters repeatedly spiked without any obvious source, while faint voices and shouting could be heard coming from the surrounding forest. One team member briefly searched the nearby trees, but nothing was found. Later, the trail camera captured another strange image. Near the base of the tree, the infrared photo appeared to show what looked like the outline of a dog sitting among the roots. Whether it was a trick of the camera or something more unusual remains open to interpretation. As the weather began to worsen, the investigators decided to pack up. Just before leaving, their spirit box produced one final response that they found disturbing enough to end the investigation immediately. Looking back, several unexplained events occurred throughout the night. Unexplained physical discomfort, the shadowy figure on camera, unusual EMF readings, mysterious voices from the woods, and the strange image captured by the trail camera. None of these moments provide definitive proof of anything paranormal, but together they made for an investigation the team described as one of their most unsettling experiences in the forest. Number 9. The next video comes from Gone a Little Wild, a British outdoor channel that focuses on camping, hiking, and exploring some of the UK's most rugged landscapes. In this adventure, a father and his son set out for a Halloween camping trip in Dartmoor National Park, one of Britain's most famous and unpredictable wilderness areas.
Fog's definitely rolling in. So Tyler, what have you got to show us that's going to keep these evil spirits at bay?
This.
Oh yeah? That works?
Pumpkin boy.
Yeah, a pumpkin. Now it's Halloween.
Yay.
There we go. No Halloween wild camp would be complete without a pumpkin.
They pitched their tent near the abandoned Nuns Cross farmhouse, but as evening approached, thick fog quickly rolled across the moor. Visibility became so poor that even familiar landmarks disappeared, making it difficult to tell which direction they were walking. While exploring the old farmhouse after dark, the father shared a local legend about a farmer's wife who reportedly vanished on a cold, foggy night while searching for her cattle. According to the story, some visitors still claim to hear her cries carried by the wind across the moors. Whether the tale is true or simply local folklore remains unknown, but hearing it while standing in the same dense fog made the atmosphere even more unsettling.
Cross farm at the time. Just as the story begins, one dark, cold and foggy wintry night, a lot like tonight. And the farmer and his wife awoke to the sound of their cattle in distress. The farmer's wife headed out into the fields alone to check on their cattle, only never to return and never be seen again. Well, not alive anyway. Some say, on nights just like these, they have seen her roaming the moors, looking for her way home, and her cries for help can be heard whispering on the night wind. Is the story true? Who knows? We didn't see or hear anything unusual, but then again, with all the messing around, I don't think we would have noticed anyway. It's by the little gate off to the side, and it's a stone with a sword and a shield in it. No, it's a stone set in the wall. You know, like a big stone like this. Yeah, set in the wall with a stone, a shield. But it's supposed to be in the wall. It might be covered in moss by now, who knows, I don't know. Did we come this way to get here? Yeah.
The weather continued to worsen throughout the night. Powerful winds battered the tent for hours, and at times, the movement felt so deliberate that the father couldn't help but wonder if something was outside, pushing against the fabric. In reality, the violent weather was the most likely explanation, but in complete darkness and surrounded by local legends, it was easy for the imagination to take over. By morning, the storm was still raging. Rather than risk staying any longer, they packed up quickly.
We're missing and roaming the moor is true, because I'm pretty sure there's something outside my tent shaking it all night last night. So it does make you wonder if that old tale is true. I think she's still out there now. Pack it in, give it a rest.
This isn't gonna be fun.
Left the campsite exactly as they had found it, and hiked back to their vehicle before conditions became even more dangerous. Although nothing supernatural was captured during the trip, the combination of thick fog, relentless wind, and the history surrounding the abandoned farmhouse created an unforgettable experience. It's a reminder that sometimes nature alone can create an atmosphere just as unsettling as any ghost story. Number 10. The next video comes from True Explorers Films, a newer exploration channel that investigates abandoned locations. Their latest adventure took them to the infamous abandoned Six Flags theme park in New Orleans, where they planned to arrive before sunrise, avoid security, and explore the forgotten rides before anyone noticed they were there. From the moment they arrived, it became clear that the site was being monitored much more closely than they had expected. Security vehicles were moving through the area, and the group repeatedly stopped to listen for approaching trucks before deciding whether to move or hide. Eventually, they managed to get deeper into the park and began filming the abandoned rides and attractions. For a short time, they believed they had successfully avoided detection.
What stuff? Damn, bro, the streets might be open. Yeah, they're coming. 2 of them. The truck just made a U-turn down there. The truck made a U-turn? Yeah, he's coming back. That could be security. Hey, this one. Yeah, you can hear their trucks, I think. So if we have to dart, go to the left for any reason. Yeah, I say we just make a break for it, bro.
Right now?
Yeah, we're fine. I say we just go for it, bro.
Let's just do it now then. If we're gonna do it,
Yeah, we have to go now.
they're getting ready to start doing their rounds. That's all it is.
Yeah, we gotta get. Yeah, let's go to the spot we want to go to, but we gotta move quick. Yeah,
Hide somewhere. Let's hide somewhere.
I heard something. Yo, let's be quiet. Let's be quiet. It sounded like a bang, but I don't know. It could.
I also think I heard that before. It sounded like a truck door closed.
Yeah. I think it's under here. I know. But that's when they start doing rounds, apparently. I want to get some 6 shots. Is that what you're doing? You waiting for him? Yeah. I'll go back up there with you. There's like a line. Tell him to be quiet.
Yeah. I think we have to go one by one. Yeah. And then if all of us, if someone comes and all of us,
Yeah.
that was possible, but we just have to.
Like, once we cross this bridge, there's a building on the right, and we were chilling behind it earlier.
Oh, okay.
And we were on the way in.
However, as the sky began to brighten, security activity increased, and the explorers realized they needed to find a way back out. For several tense minutes, the group moved quickly through the empty park, trying to stay ahead of the patrols. They crossed bridges, hid behind buildings, and changed direction multiple times as security vehicles appeared nearby. Their escape attempt eventually came to an end when security officers intercepted them. To their surprise, these were not ordinary guards. The officers were armed and informed the group that they had been watching them on surveillance cameras for hours. Fortunately, the situation ended with a warning rather than arrests or fines, and the explorers were allowed to leave the property. Looking back, they admitted that the most dangerous part of the night wasn't the abandoned rides or the decaying buildings.
What's the objective? How are you moving? Yeah.
Hope for
That's a really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a truck there now.
Oh shit, that's like they're active here, bro. Like they're super active.
We would have cooked if we came here today. Yeah. Hey.
I guess we gotta get on that road.
You guys better figure that shit out. Hey.
Over there. That's cool. Alright, cool.
Hey, thank you again, bro.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. Hey, at least we didn't get arrested.
It was the very real possibility of being caught while trespassing on a heavily secured site. The encounter is a reminder that abandoned places often come with risks that have nothing to do with ghosts or urban legends. Security, legal consequences, unstable structures, and unpredictable situations can turn an exploration into a serious problem without warning. Number 11. Brian Waters runs a YouTube channel focused on camping and outdoor adventures, often documenting trips in his customized Ford F-250 truck camper. After discovering a quiet campsite on an earlier trip, he decided to return, hoping for a peaceful night surrounded by nature and maybe even a chance to spot some local wildlife.
First maiden voyage, and I'm just pumped to be out here right now. This is I scoped this site out last year on a camping trip, and I kind of forgot about it until this week. It's not my typical by the lake little setup, but we're kind of back in a little cove. I think I saw one person pulling in here, and I think I'll know why. I'll explain that here in just a second, but it's a pretty cool little spot right behind me. We've got this kind of like creek that does feed up into a lake up there, but you can't see the lake. But I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get some animals tonight, because there's a ton of tracks. I saw a bunch of deer coming up here. I've already got my chair set up.
After setting up camp, everything went exactly as planned. He cooked dinner on the small kitchen built into the back of his truck, enjoyed a relaxing evening by the fire, and took in the calm surroundings. With only one other campsite visible in the distance, the area seemed quiet and ideal for an overnight stay.
Guys, I don't know what it is about this little spot, but I've had a really good time on this episode. It's been super relaxing. Dinner was awesome. Really, there's no one around me. There's a tent camper 100 yards away. And I think I've just been looking forward to getting back out here in that truck camper since a couple of weeks ago. So it's just been a good vibe all around. And definitely good drinks.
As darkness settled in, the peaceful atmosphere suddenly changed. Brian noticed a person roughly 100 yards away, behaving in a very unusual way.
Because I'm sitting here trying to enjoy my fire, and out of nowhere, there hasn't been anyone show up all day long. There's this, I'm gonna go ahead and call him a nutbag, probably 100 yards away from me, dancing around. Just feels kind of weird. Luckily, you know, I don't go anywhere without protection, but that's the last thing that I want to have to do while out here enjoying camping. But I don't know where he came from. I don't know if he's staying in that tent that's, you know, probably about 100 yards away. But there's definitely something wrong with that dude. Here's what I'm looking at right now, and you can see that he's having a good time inside his little mind. I don't know what's going on with this dude. So yeah, I'm probably not going to sleep quite as well as I thought that I was going to tonight, knowing that that's around me. It actually looks like he's walking over this way now. Wish me luck. It's way darker than what this video is looking like. I can't see him with my bare eyes, so I'm having to use my phone to kind of watch him. So, we'll see.
The individual appeared to be moving around erratically near a campsite, making the situation feel increasingly uncomfortable. Since no one else had arrived throughout the day, the unexpected activity immediately caught his attention. The longer he watched, the more concerned he became. At one point, it looked as though the person might be heading in his direction. The darkness made it difficult to see clearly, forcing Brian to use his phone's camera to keep track of the movement from a distance. Not knowing who the person was or what they intended to do made the situation especially unsettling. Despite feeling uneasy, Brian decided to stay the night. He retreated inside his truck camper, closed the curtains, and waited things out. Fortunately, nothing happened, and he made it safely through the night without any further encounters. Although the situation ended peacefully, it serves as a reminder that unusual behavior in isolated places should never be ignored. Sometimes there may be an innocent explanation, but when someone nearby seems unpredictable, the safest choice is often to leave the area rather than take unnecessary risks. Number 12. Brock and a friend were enjoying a quiet day of fishing in a remote wilderness area when their trip suddenly took an unexpected turn. Everything had been peaceful until they noticed something moving in the distance. Within moments, they realized a bear was walking directly toward them.
Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Just chill. Hey, bear. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on, bear. Go on. Go on, bear. Don't look at him. Go on. Don't look at him. Go on, bear. Go on. Go on, bear. Go on, bear. Don't go upwind. Just a big yawn.
With very little to defend themselves, they stayed calm and avoided making any sudden movements. Equipped with only bear spray and a large stick, they carefully watched the animal while slowly trying to create more distance. The bear continued moving closer, forcing them to stay alert and prepared in case the situation became more dangerous. After several tense moments, the bear eventually turned away and wandered off. For a brief moment, it seemed like the encounter was over, and the two fishermen began to relax. Unfortunately, that feeling didn't last long.
Go on, bear. 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 Let's just keep walking. Go on, bear. Just look away. Go on, bear. Go on, bear. Just keep backing away, dude. Go on, bear. Keep looking away. Go on, bear.
Not long afterward, the bear returned. This time it appeared much more interested in them, repeatedly closing the gap as they slowly backed away. Every second felt uncertain, knowing that a single wrong decision could trigger an aggressive response. Rather than panicking, they remained patient and continued giving the animal space while trying to discourage it from coming any closer. Eventually, Their efforts paid off, and the bear finally lost interest before disappearing into the wilderness. Not wanting to risk another encounter, they packed up their fishing gear and left the area without delay. Situations like this are a reminder that wild animals deserve both caution and respect. When exploring remote places, you're entering their habitat, and even a peaceful day outdoors can become dangerous without warning. Number 13. Sid and Shayna are well known for their Randonautica videos, using the app to visit random locations based on intentions they enter before each trip. The app has gained a reputation for leading people to strange and unexpected places, and this particular adventure turned out to be one of their most unsettling. After entering their intention, they were directed to a location only a few minutes away. The coordinates led them to a remote wildlife area, where they quickly came across an old shed hidden among the trees.
Oh, that's creepy. What the hell is that?
It's a little place to put tractors and stuff like that.
No way.
Alright. So, alright, the origin is this whole damn area.
Yo, tell me that
Pretty
isn't
origin.
creepy, that thing right there.
Right?
It has a padlock on it. Like, the locks on there look brand new. Oh my god, Chip, look at how rusty that thing is. And that padlock is like brand new.
That is probably keep equipment in there. Oh, so it's got modes, so maybe a lawnmower? No.
This is weird back here. You think someone would camp here?
Might produce water. See that?
Yeah.
I won't turn on the alarm.
Although the building looked abandoned, a brand new padlock secured the door. The contrast between the weathered structure and the new lock immediately caught their attention, leaving them wondering what, if anything, was being kept inside. Unable to investigate further, they continued exploring the area. Before long, they noticed a strong, unpleasant smell coming from nearby.
Except for this could be a criminal's hideout.
I think it'll still be a victim thing. I'm just waiting to find a victim or something to do with a victim.
I don't want to find a victim. I don't want to find anything.
Oh, careful.
Oh my god, that's nasty.
What I'm experiencing right now is
Oh.
a very bad.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I think I'm just gonna throw up. Guys, it smells so bad.
Come here.
It smells so bad.
Catch this and, please see anything or something happens. I don't know. The beads in the towel looks like. There ain't no wheels on again, guys. Thanks. Make sure there's no snakes in here.
We clean out the car and take everything out. Is that puke on that? On those? What is that all over those sheets?
That's way too skinny. Oh.
There's puke all over those.
Is that what you think that's what it is?
Yeah, what else would that be?
Oh, that's
Right?
Yeah, definitely. Oh man.
I won't even touch it.
I gotta touch it, man. We gotta see what it is.
Holy crap.
Oh,
Oh.
my god.
Oh.
Oh,
I don't do blood, y'all. I don't do blood. I don't do blood. I don't do snakes. Or spiders.
I want to do this for you guys.
That is freaking nasty, man.
I want to do this for the destinators that love watching.
O-M.
Oh yeah, that's dried up blood. That's
Oh
what it
my
looks
god.
Like. Don't ask me how I know what dried up blood looks like.
That's
And look,
crazy.
it's formed some kind of mold on there.
Oh my god.
And some ants.
Guys, look at that mold. Oh my god.
Holy shit, tacky. Oh man, it's on
Holy
the back too.
crap.
That's a lot of blood.
Holy crap.
As they searched for its source, they found clothing scattered across the ground. Some of the items appeared to be stained with what looked like vomit and what they believed could have been dried blood. The disturbing scene left both of them visibly shaken, unsure of what had happened there or who the belongings had belonged to. Believing the discovery might be important, they carefully collected the items so they could be reported later. Even though the situation had already become unsettling, they decided to continue the challenge by entering another intention into the app. The second set of coordinates led them down a quiet forest road where they spotted a truck parked deep in the trees behind a locked gate.
Oh,
There's something back there.
shit. There is.
Oh, hell no. There's a truck back there.
Oh.
Look. Are they backing up?
Is that him right there? What's going? Oh, there's a gate. He's going inside a gate. I don't know if he picked up by the camera, but he's opening the gate. Could you imagine there's a partisan in on him? Excuse me, sir.
You can see somebody?
Yeah. Excuse me, sir. Have you murdered someone today? 3,000 post signs. He's not going nowhere now.
Alright, let's go.
All right. So to be safe, guys, we're gonna get the heck out of here.
That's weird.
Holy
He's just like
moly.
stop there.
Yeah, that's creepy. Creeps.
Oh my god. I'm trying to see. Damn mirror thing is in the way.
Right? That gate.
Can't
stuff on there.
really see there.
Where you guys up to?
Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
Oh man, he's right behind us. Can you get on your mirror, see if you can see him? Can you see it? Oh man, I'll hold ass.
As they watched from a distance, someone appeared near the vehicle and called out to them. Moments later, the truck began moving, and it seemed to be following them as they drove away. At that point, they decided they had experienced enough for one day. Between the mysterious clothing they had found earlier and the uncomfortable encounter with the truck in such a remote location, they chose to end the challenge and leave the area. Whether the events were connected or simply an unfortunate coincidence remains unknown. But the experience was a reminder that the most unsettling part of exploring isolated places is often the people you unexpectedly come across. Number 14. This story follows Tom Outdoors, a UK camping channel known for lightweight camping, bushcraft, and exploring places with long histories and local legends. Tom often visits quiet, remote locations with his partner Dawn, and this time they chose a destination that already had a reputation for being unsettling. On Halloween night in 2023, they headed into Bicing Wood in Kent, a forest tied to an old local legend.
Through Bicing Wood, and that is the focus of this video and wild camp. So supposedly the story goes that Bicing Wood is haunted by a headless woman. And yeah, quick background on the story. So many years ago, we're talking hundreds of years ago, Lee, a woman named Diana and her lover Gordon, each of them lived, one of them lived at Sindal Manor, now Judd's Folly Hotel. I think that was her actually, and he lived here in Davington, and they used to meet up secretly at night in Bicing Wood. So probably having an affair or something, something sordid anyway. And one particular night that they met up in Bicing Wood, as that was halfway between their homes, they were set up by like a gang of muggers, you could say. Faversham at the time.
According to the story, a woman named Diana was attacked and killed there centuries ago while secretly meeting her lover. Although the tale has changed over the years, many locals still believe her spirit wanders the woodland path that now bears her name. As Tom and Dawn made their way through the forest, the thick trees blocked most of the light from their headlamps, making it difficult to see more than a few feet ahead. The deeper they walked, the more isolated the woods felt. Eventually, they reached a small clearing and pitched their tent, believing they might be camping close to where the legend supposedly began.
Diana or Diana's ghost. The footpath that goes through this wood that we took to find this spot is known by locals as Diana or Diana's Walk. So who knows, we could actually be camping in the very spot where that brutal murder took place many years ago. It's
pretty cool, pretty spooky.
The evening started peacefully as they carved pumpkins, cooked over a campfire, and talked about the history of the forest. But as darkness settled in, strange rustling sounds echoed through the trees. The noises seemed to come from different directions, making it impossible to tell whether they were caused by wildlife, the wind, or something hidden just beyond the firelight. Although nothing directly threatened them, the combination of complete darkness, unfamiliar sounds, and the eerie legend surrounding the area made it difficult to relax. Every noise outside seemed louder than it probably was, turning an ordinary night in the woods into a tense experience. When morning finally arrived, they emerged from the tent safe and unharmed. They never saw anything unexplained, but spending the night in a place surrounded by centuries-old folklore was enough to keep their imaginations working until sunrise. Sometimes it's not what you see that makes a place feel haunted, it's the atmosphere and the stories that stay with you long after you leave. Number 15. Life on the road offers freedom and adventure, but it also means constantly sleeping in unfamiliar places and relying on your instincts to stay safe. In this video, a solo van traveler found herself making several difficult decisions after a series of situations left her feeling uneasy.
So I am trying to get myself all packed up here because I'm leaving this campsite basically because I do not feel safe. So friends and I got here Friday and spent Friday night and Saturday night here out in the desert, and for the long weekend I was planning on staying another day. Friends are leaving today, but I wanted to stay an extra day because it is raining on the coast, actually maybe 2 or 3 days. But one of our friends left this morning, and as he was driving out, he said there was another camper down the road that was just kind of belligerent, incoherent in a way, yelling and swearing at him and kind of not in the right state of mind. And you know, he's only camping a couple hundred yards down from me, so I certainly don't want to be here alone, and I'm gonna have to find somewhere else to go tonight. So I'm just gonna pack up. The last of my friends are packing up as well, so we're gonna head out together, and then once we get to the main road and we know we're past this camper that's concerned, I'm gonna go to my destination and they're gonna head to their home. So I think I'm gonna head somewhere that I've never been before. It's very well known for the nomad lifestyle. It's called Bombay Beach at the Salton Sea. And it's kind of got, if you've heard of Slab City, I think it's kind of got that vibe, but it's got a lot of nomads there, some installations on the beach and everything, and you can stay there. There's people that own the land, but they've opened it up for people like myself to camp at for free. So I've always wanted to check it out, and so that's where I plan to head today.
She had been camping in the desert with a group of friends and originally planned to stay a few extra days after everyone else left. Those plans changed when one of her friends encountered an aggressive and unpredictable camper while driving out of the area. Looking for a new place to stay, she headed toward Bombay Beach, a well-known destination popular with van lifers and travelers. Although she had always wanted to visit, the atmosphere didn't feel right once she arrived.
I'm not sure if the scene is my vibe. I think like the way to feel welcome is to get out of your vehicle and go around and walk around and meet people, but with my wheelchair, that's just not happening with this sand, even though it's kind of hard packed around the roads. Like just getting to some of the art installations, it's not really going to be easy at all. Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm glad I came to check it out and see what it's all about, but I don't know if I'm going to stay here. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to keep driving around, look at some of the art, and then kind of make a decision from there. Yuck. Looks like somebody left a bunch of bottles of pee there. That's sad. Why would people do that? Just ruins it all. So according to iOverlander, this is like the designated area where you can park up. And looks like there's a couple people that are like grouped together. And I could park here, but yeah, there's not a lot of space or privacy. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna just keep going down the road instead of feeling kind of out of place here or you know, it's not like I don't feel welcome, but it would be a lot different if I knew somebody else or was with somebody else and could go explore easily and meet people. But yeah, it's okay. Totally cool place to come and visit and see. But as far as staying here, I think I'm gonna go somewhere else. So I'm at this camp spot that was just 10 minutes down the road from Bombay Beach. But there's lots of empty spots, but there's only one person here. There's a car here, and like, I don't know, the windows are smashed out. It is full of stuff, and they're the only one here. And it's pretty remote here, I guess. Like, there's a highway there, but the campground itself is pretty remote. And so again, I'm not really feeling the vibe here, and it's not even really close to the water. So I'm gonna continue down the road again and see if I can find another spot to sleep. So yeah, there's just a little primitive campground here. I think it's $10 a night, but I'm really far from the water. And like I said, I'm not feeling the, you know, the vibe that there's just one other person here. I'm sure that, you know, they could be a perfectly wonderful person, but I'm just not feeling the vibes here. So on we go.
The area lacked the privacy she preferred, and because of her wheelchair, exploring and meeting other campers wasn't as easy as it might have been for someone else. After driving around for a while, she decided it wasn't the right place to spend the night. She then tried another campground just a few minutes away, hoping it would feel more comfortable. Instead, she found a nearly empty campsite with only one damaged vehicle parked nearby. The broken windows and isolated surroundings immediately made her uneasy. While there may have been a perfectly harmless explanation, she chose not to ignore the feeling that something was off. Rather than convincing herself to stay, she got back on the road and kept searching. Eventually, she found another campsite where several other campers were already staying. It wasn't the most scenic location, but simply having other people nearby made her feel much more secure. The rest of the evening passed without any problems, and she even met another traveler who made the experience much more enjoyable. Looking back, the day served as a reminder that personal safety often comes down to listening to your instincts. Sometimes there isn't an obvious threat, but if a place doesn't feel right, leaving is often the smartest decision. Number 16. A group of friends was hiking through a wooded area when they spotted a large container hidden among the trees. At first, they assumed it had simply been dumped there, but something about it seemed unusual enough to investigate. As they walked closer, they were hit by an overwhelming smell. The container was covered with maggots, and the odor was so strong that they immediately realized something inside had been decomposing for quite some time. The disturbing scene quickly turned their curiosity into concern.
It smells so bad. There's maggots. Oh no, fuck that. Bro, that shit smells so bad. Bro. There's so many maggots on them, bro.
God damn.
Bro, just cut it with the that shit is hella sketch, bro. This is sketch. There's fucking maggots all in it, bro. This is sketchy as hell.
Nigga, I'm tired of somebody's body in that bitch, bro. And so what do we do, call the police?
If there's a fucking body, we're calling the cops.
Nigga, I'm what? I'm gonna throw the fuck up. I don't even want to look, bro.
I don't want to smell that.
Just hurry up and cut that bitch. That nigga sketchy as a bro. Like, think about it. Why would somebody leave a cooler and duct tape it? Drugs?
You ain't gonna duct tape drugs.
Oh God, bro.
Yeah, there's maggots.
They would literally just. I'm telling you, bro. I'm scared to look at it. Like, what if it's somebody's head? Open it, Matthew. I'm scared.
I don't. I'm scared as hell, bro.
Bro, it's gonna be some dookie, bro.
Look how many fucking maggots there are, bro. It's decomposed.
It's gonna be a dead animal, bro. I already see it.
Unsure of what they were looking at, the group carefully examined the container from a distance. The more they looked, the more convinced they became that it could contain something far more serious than animal remains. After cautiously opening it, they were met with a horrifying sight. Inside were what appeared to be human remains.
Oh, shit!
What is it?
What is it? Oh my god.
Hold on, open it up for a minute. I gotta record it.
I'm not looking in there.
I don't know.
What do you mean? What does it look like? What does it look like, bro?
It looks like dead fish.
You lying.
I swear.
Matthew, what does it look like, bro? It's fucking disgusting. Bro, what does it look like? Bro, we need to call, bro. What does it look like? What the fuck does it look like? What does it look like? Shit!
The discovery left everyone in complete shock. Their reactions reflected the panic and disbelief of unexpectedly finding something so disturbing during what was supposed to be an ordinary hike. Realizing the situation could be part of a serious crime, they immediately contacted emergency services and reported what they had found. The video ends soon afterward without revealing what investigators discovered or whether the remains were ever officially identified. It's a chilling reminder that the wilderness can hide far more than abandoned campsites and wildlife. Sometimes, a routine hike can lead to a discovery that changes an ordinary day into something unforgettable. Number 17. Darren's Northern Life is mostly a fishing channel, known for its helpful and well-made outdoor videos. But during one trip, he came dangerously close to losing his life. It happened in December 2018, on the last day of Manitoba's deer hunting season. Darren headed to a hunting spot he had visited several times before. As soon as he arrived, he noticed a truck parked on the property. From what he could tell, the people there didn't have permission to hunt on that land.
Well, I just took a walk up to the corner here just to see if there's anything in the field yet. I'll be going back down over here where I stand. But I get here, and wouldn't you know it, there's another person sitting right there in a truck with his cargo light on. I can guarantee you he doesn't have permission in this piece here. Otherwise he'd be sitting in one of those bail blinds that they have. And he's clearly not hunting this piece. For one, I could almost guarantee he doesn't have permission, and two, where he's sitting, he wouldn't even be able to shoot through this tree line here. It's too thick. So, yeah, just another trespasser, poacher. Flipping the numbers.
Their location also didn't make sense for hunting, making him believe they were trespassing and possibly poaching. Not wanting to let them ruin his final chance to hunt, Darren decided to ignore them and continued with his own plans. Later that evening, around 6 p.m., just before legal hunting hours ended, everything changed.
Oh my goodness, that bullet just came over my head. Sounded like a hit though. You freaking idiot. Oh. Man, I wish there were some bigger trees here. This guy's gonna freaking kill me. He's shooting right towards me. Oh my goodness. Okay, at least there's some trees between us now. Idiot. That's exciting.
Without warning, a bullet flew right over his head. Moments later, another shot came dangerously close. Realizing someone was firing in his direction, Darren quickly moved behind the nearest trees for cover. He had no idea whether the shooters knew he was there or if they had simply failed to identify their target, but either way, the situation was extremely dangerous. After the shooting stopped, Darren decided to find out who was responsible. He believed the shooters were the same people he had seen parked on the property earlier. When he reached their vehicle, no one was around, so he started taking photos of the license plate. A short time later, the group returned.
Not much, self?
Not much. Taking pictures of the license plate. Is something wrong? Everything all right?
Somebody shot at me. I got on video. Literally, a bullet came flipping right over my head.
Two shots earlier, right?
Yeah.
Around
Shot
4
at you.
o'clock?
Yeah. Somebody walking down the edge of Huggins Field here.
Yeah, there was a guy walking on the end of the trail here.
So I was on the far side. Somebody walked down this side here, and freaking bullet. I seen a deer came out, and I seen the guy walking. And sure enough, boom! You can. It's probably on video too. You can hear the bullet just.
Oh shit.
Well, we were.
It wasn't us. We were over there.
No, the first shot wasn't hit because it half a mile later it was still way up in the air. It sounded like a hit. I know it sure sounded like it.
It did. Ever.
Darren confronted them and explained that bullets had nearly hit him. They denied shooting in his direction and acted as if they had no idea what had happened. Still, Darren felt their reactions told a different story. One member of the group stayed unusually quiet and appeared uncomfortable throughout the conversation, which only increased Darren's suspicions. Thankfully, Darren wasn't injured, but the experience could have ended very differently. Hearing bullets tear through the air is terrifying, especially when you realize how close you came to being hit. Darren was wearing bright orange hunting gear, making him easy to spot, which makes the incident even harder to understand. Although he believes someone deliberately fired toward him, he never had enough evidence to prove it. Sometimes, the most dangerous thing in the wilderness isn't the wildlife, it's other people. Number 18. Louis is no stranger to adventure. Whether he's cycling across countries or camping in remote wilderness, he regularly shares his journeys on YouTube. But during one recent trip, he had a night he'll never forget. While traveling through northern Iraq, Louis spent hours cycling across isolated countryside, searching for a safe place to camp. Along the way, several locals warned him that bears had recently been spotted in the area. He tried not to let the warnings get to him, but they stayed in the back of his mind for the rest of the day.
I heard there was, from one of the locals, there was bear spottings in this area like a couple of days ago, so when I hear a noise it's making me stop and look. So I should probably put the pepper spray in my pocket. This is the one from Africa. Don't know if it still works. There's something in there. It's not proper bear spray, it's just pepper spray. But yeah, it's better than nothing. Alrighty, we've got our first set of tracks. They must be dog tracks because they're smaller than my hand. I mean, these Kangal shepherd dogs are huge here, and they got spikes around their necks to fight bears, so the bears can't go for their necks. It's pretty crazy. I'm pretty sure these aren't bear tracks. Empty shell casing, 12 cal. So I don't know what they'd be doing except for scaring bears up here.
As he continued, he came across large animal tracks and even found a spent shotgun shell, reminding him that wildlife was common in the area. Eventually, he found a clearing near a group of campers and decided it was the best place to spend the night. Not long after darkness fell, Louis noticed a pair of glowing eyes watching from the distance. At first, he hoped it was only a dog, but from where he was sitting, he couldn't be sure. Throughout the evening, barking dogs and distant howls echoed across the landscape, making it nearly impossible to relax.
There's literally two eyeballs. There's an animal right there. I can't see it. I don't know if it's a dog or a bear. Doggy. I think it's a dog. See a tail wagging. It's either a wolf or a... You can just see the outline of it there. See two eyes. Oh man. Yep. And there's food everywhere. So I'm like maybe 50 or 60 meters away from where all the food is on the ground that they left out. So hopefully that means if animals do come, they go over there and they don't bother me. Man, I don't know if you can see those eyes. Hello? Are you a wolf or a dog?
I literally hear wolves howling. Can you hear that?
Then his worst fear became reality. The nearby dogs suddenly started reacting to something moving through the darkness.
The dog's scaring away something.
Oh my god, there's a bear. There's a bear there. I'm not even joking. I just saw it. Holy shit. Oh man, this is not good. I literally just saw the bear. Man, I literally just saw a bear out of the little air vent going towards those dogs, and the dog saw it and I just saw it run off. It was massive. I feel so vulnerable here in this tent. But you just apparently meant to... You know what, I'm gonna put the pepper spray in my hand. It was literally like 10 meters from my tent. Like, it's one thing thinking there's a bear there, and it's another thing seeing it with your own eyes 10 meters from your tent. I really hope these dogs stay around. Alright, let's turn it again. Where the f*** is the bear spray? Oh my god, it's just right there. Hi, bear. Hi, bear.
Moments later, Louis spotted a large bear only about 10 meters from his tent. With nothing but a small can of pepper spray for protection, he realized just how exposed he really was. Fortunately, the dogs rushed toward the bear, chasing it away before it reached the campsite. For a brief moment, it seemed like the danger had passed. But the relief didn't last long. A short time later, the bear returned, forcing Louis to stay awake for the rest of the night.
Oh my god, do you hear that? Please tell me you can hear that. Oh my god, I can see two eyes. What the hell? Man. What the f...
Every sound outside his tent made him wonder if the animal was coming back again. Even after it disappeared into the darkness, he couldn't shake the feeling that it was still nearby. Thankfully, Louis made it through the night without being harmed. But the experience was a powerful reminder that camping in remote wilderness means sharing the environment with wild animals. No matter how peaceful a campsite seems during the day, everything can change once the sun goes down. Number 19. Forgotten Baltics found out that abandoned buildings can be far more unsettling than they appear while exploring an old hospital with a friend. They expected it to be just another routine urban exploration, but before they even made it inside, a local woman warned them not to enter.
So...
What, please? Do you speak English? Do you speak English? But we were thinking it is an abandoned hospital. Our friend gave us a location. They're calling police.
We cannot be here?
Look at that window.
Can't get inside from here.
So let's try, but slow and quiet.
Instead of listening, they found an open window on the upper floor, quietly climbed inside, and began searching the building room by room. The hospital looked like it had been frozen in time. Peeling paint covered the walls. Old medical equipment was still scattered throughout the rooms, and boxes of forgotten belongings had been left untouched for years.
Okay. Yeah, it's maybe it was for blood? Yeah, that thing. No. The guy was quite light. It was 50 kilograms. If I'm correct. Oh, they're quite old.
Yeah.
We had the same one in school.
Yeah, I remember that. Alright.
Oh, look at that. Is it a moving sensor? And do you hear a signalization?
I do, but it sounds like a car alarm.
But we got some sensors here. Probably they are not working.
I hope so.
They also noticed motion sensors above several doorways, making the building feel strangely maintained despite being abandoned. As they explored deeper, one room immediately caught their attention. The strong smell of cigarette smoke filled the air, and the floor was covered with cigarette butts, empty bottles, and personal belongings. Everything suggested that someone had been living inside the abandoned hospital.
It smells like someone lives here.
Oh, look at this bed.
Yeah.
And this smell of cigarettes.
Yeah.
Someone smoked here today. How much cigarettes? Some bottles. Look here, some bags from cigarettes. Who is living here? How do you think who can live here? Maybe he's trading some medicaments?
Yeah, probably. Oh, look. Diagnostic levels. Smells really chemically.
Oh, look there. Some broken.
God. What is that?
That smells.
Is that blood?
I don't know. You think it can be blood?
Well, I guess it came from this vessel. And there was some sort of chemical reaction. This looks staged.
The further they went, the stranger things became. They came across broken containers, unidentified stains, and a powerful chemical odor that made the entire area feel unsettling.
These are human parts.
You think so? Really? What a smell!
Wait, I don't want to know what this
Is it real human parts?
I don't know.
What is that?
It looks like nothing I've seen before. Maybe those are like kidneys? Oh, the smell is so bad.
It's a bones, no?
Yeah, I thought it's a spine, but I don't know. Ooh, the smell.
Oh shit! But they are very soft. But this one probably is real a bone.
Yeah.
And the smell.
The smell is so bad. You don't want to be here.
It was clear that something unusual had happened there, but they couldn't figure out exactly what. Then they made a discovery that completely changed the atmosphere. Scattered across the floor were several clear plastic bags containing what appeared to be human remains. The overwhelming smell only made the scene feel more believable. As they looked around, they noticed even more bags nearby, making the situation increasingly disturbing. Neither of them could say with certainty what they had found, but they had seen enough. Not wanting to risk getting involved in something far more serious than an abandoned building, they decided to leave immediately. They walked away safely, but the images they found inside that abandoned hospital were something neither of them would ever forget. Number 20. Touring 360 is a UK-based YouTube channel known for scenic walks, peaceful hikes, and beginner-friendly wild camping trips. Most of the channel's videos focus on relaxing landscapes and quiet countryside adventures. But one overnight camp turned into something far more unsettling. On May 31, 2025, the creator set up camp near Pluckley, Kent, a village surrounded by dense woodland. The area has long been known for its eerie reputation, though most people dismiss it as local folklore.
I was just sitting there for about 10 minutes in absolute silence. I wasn't filming, I wasn't doing anything, I was just sitting and listening and watching. And it takes a little while, you know, it takes a little while to get into the sort of the mode of just not doing anything and sort of becoming part of the woods. But once you do, it's a completely different feeling. You know, I think we're always rushing around. You know, in the modern world, everyone's rushing to do stuff. I'm always rushing to do stuff, or I'm trying to film, or I'm trying to, you know, set things up. But to just sit and do absolutely nothing but listen and watch, I mean,
As evening settled in, he spent several minutes sitting in complete silence, simply listening to the sounds of the forest. The longer he stayed still, the more aware he became of his surroundings. At first, everything felt calm, but before long, he started noticing subtle movement deep among the trees.
you just don't know what's out there.
Although he couldn't clearly identify what he was seeing, he had the unsettling feeling that something was watching him from a distance. Despite the strange atmosphere, he continued with his camp and eventually settled into his tent for the night. Hours later, after the campfire had almost burned out, the silence was suddenly broken by a series of loud, repetitive banging sounds somewhere in the darkness. The noises echoed through the woods, but he couldn't tell where they were coming from or how far away they were. All he could do was lie still inside his tent and listen, hoping the sounds wouldn't get any closer. The mysterious noises continued throughout the night, waking him several times before sunrise. It wasn't until morning, when birds began singing and daylight returned, that the tension finally faded. Nothing ever revealed itself, and no explanation was found for the strange sounds. But sometimes, not knowing what caused an encounter is what makes it so unsettling. In the wilderness, the silence can be comforting until something hidden decides to break it. Number 21. Eleanor loves spending time outdoors and regularly shares videos of her camping trips, hiking adventures, and nature explorations. On this day, she was expecting nothing more than a peaceful evening hike through Dartmoor while scouting potential wild camping spots. Instead, the trip took an unsettling turn.
Full grey evening. in the middle of Dartmoor. I wanted to do an evening hike and I was looking on my All Trails app for somewhere really nice on Dartmoor. I also wanted to check out the area I'm in for the possibility of doing a wild camp on a tour somewhere, because I've never actually done one like properly before in the actual wild. And Dartmoor, yeah, Dartmoor would be very interesting to say the least. Whilst I was checking out my All Trails app, I came across this place, and it's an old mining quarry, which is literally, now I'm not too sure if it's this one or there. Beautiful hike with old buildings and stuff like that. Getting a bit boggy, but worth it.
She never saw coming. Using a hiking app, she found an old abandoned quarry surrounded by historic ruins and decided it looked like the perfect place to visit. The trail was muddy in places, but the scenery made the walk worthwhile. After hiking for a while, she finally reached the hidden quarry she had been searching for. The location was beautiful, quiet, and seemed like the perfect place to stop for a swim.
Oh, you have... You have got to be kidding me. What a hidden gem. Oh, bless him. Right, I'm just going to stand still and let him run. It's quite eerie, actually. Yeah, I don't... Hello? Hello? Hello?
After changing into her swimming gear and climbing over the rocks, she began noticing something strange.
I'm climbing over rocks. Loads and loads of like planes and military helicopters and stuff above me. There's a really, really weird noise coming from up there. I don't know if someone's wild camping and pumping up something, because that's what I can hear. It sounds like that. Either that or it's extremely loud, heavy panting. God, I hope it's someone wild camping.
Military aircraft and helicopters were flying overhead, but that wasn't what caught her attention. From somewhere higher up the hillside, she heard an odd sound she couldn't explain. At first, she wondered if another camper was nearby inflating camping equipment. But the longer she listened, the more it sounded like heavy breathing. She couldn't tell whether it was coming from a person, an animal, or something else entirely. The unexplained noise immediately made her uneasy. Alone in such a remote location, she realized she had no way of knowing if someone was watching her from the hillside. It may have been completely harmless, but isolated places can also attract people with bad intentions, making it impossible to ignore that possibility. Rather than taking any chances, Eleanor trusted her instincts and left the area. Even if the sound had an innocent explanation, walking away was the smartest decision. In isolated places, someone can remain hidden without ever revealing themselves. And by the time you realize you're not alone, it could already be too late. Her instincts may have kept her safe that day, but she still has no idea what was making those strange noises on the hill. Number 22, Gia and Christian headed out for what they expected to be a relaxing hike along the Appalachian Trail. It was their first time tackling the trail together, and they were looking forward to enjoying the scenery and spending the day outdoors. In the beginning, everything felt normal, but that changed when they noticed another hiker who immediately stood out.
Oh, it didn't actually start yet, did it? Bruh. It's just now starting. Does it say how long it is? No, right?
Distance 2.2 miles.
Oh, it's only 2.2 miles. You were right.
Thanks. I know.
Okay, so it's not that bad. So 4 miles total. You got it, babe?
4.5.
4.5. Okay, that's not bad. All right, let's go. Trail's this way, shorty. Not that way, this way. First time ever, like, hiking. So I don't really expect us to, like, you know, be super, like, clean with it. You know?
The dude's wearing a hoodie.
I don't know why he's wearing a hoodie.
It's weird.
I don't even think that's a trail. That's not even a trail.
It's weird.
And why is he wearing a hoodie, sweatpants, and that's way too much, bro. That's way too much. It's just way too hot outside.
The man was wearing heavy clothes despite the warm weather, which caught their attention. At first, they didn't think much of it. However, after passing him once, they were surprised to see him leave the trail, only to reappear farther ahead.
Anything. Look, we're not prepared. No water.
Oh, we didn't bring water.
No bug spray. Yeah, there's no what? What else do you need? I don't have a charger for my phone. So if my phone dies.
Wait, why didn't we bring water?
I brought water, but we left it in the car. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. We'll make it back. It's only 4 miles total. 4.5. 4.5. That guy's back. Should we let him pass?
Yeah, maybe. We'll just like stop him.
Yeah, we can let him pass real quick.
Cat hair.
Yeah, we're good. Thank you, man. She's just taking stuff off her shoes real quick. You good?
Yes. So weird. Just made a weird face.
That was weird. Alright, come on, let's just go. Hopefully we see more people on the trail. I mean, we did let him pass, so maybe he was just looking out.
It felt like more than a coincidence, especially as it happened again and again. As they continued hiking, the couple realized they weren't properly prepared. They had accidentally left their water in the car and were focused on finishing the relatively short hike. Then, the same man appeared once more. They stepped aside to let him pass, hoping that would be the end of the encounter. But after walking by, he gave them an uncomfortable look that only added to their growing unease. Not long afterward, he approached them again and asked if they needed any help. While the question sounded harmless, the repeated encounters made the situation feel increasingly suspicious.
Oh, let's do. No, we're okay. We're just doing for sure. No, it's okay. Yeah, thank you though. Thanks. No, we have to get to the top. I swear the trail split, and it's 2 different trails, right? Yeah, take your phone.
I don't like that. I'm kind of scared.
I know, that's our second interaction with him. I think he's like
Trying to talk to us.
I know he's I think look at him. He's like purposely slowing down so that like. Oh God, he's over there. You see him?
Maybe that's like what we heard him coming back around.
Oh, that noise, right?
He probably saw us and he went this way.
What do you think? You think we should continue?
Okay, let's go like a little bit longer. And if we see him again or he talks to us.
I keep hearing stuff in the woods, bro.
But
What's up, man?
okay, let's go.
Okay, we're just. Alright, come on. Okay. That was the last straw. We're heading back. There's no way we're finishing that with that guy on the trail. Do you guys hear what he said? I know, he's not coming. He is coming. He is coming. Here, wait, just speed walk. Cause like, yeah, if you get hurt. He's coming after us, bro. Like, he literally was sitting on the rock and he goes, oh, it's you guys again. Let's just go.
The couple started wondering if he was intentionally slowing down or changing his route just to cross paths with them. Each time they thought he was gone, he somehow showed up again. They decided to keep hiking for a little longer, but their concern quickly turned into fear when they spotted him yet again. This time, the encounter convinced them they had pushed their luck far enough. Without finishing the trail, they turned around and made their way back toward the parking area. From that point on, their only priority was getting out safely. They stopped focusing on filming and paid close attention to their surroundings as they hurried back to their vehicle. After reaching the car, they left immediately. Looking back, they couldn't say for certain what the man's intentions were. It's entirely possible there was an innocent explanation, but his repeated appearances and attempts to interact with them made the situation feel anything but normal. Trusting their instincts and leaving the trail was likely the safest decision they could have made. Number 23, Hazy, is an experienced outdoor enthusiast who regularly shares videos of his camping trips, hikes, and adventures in remote forests and mountains. Over the years, he's built a loyal audience by showing both the beauty and the challenges of exploring the wilderness. In this particular video, however, he captured a frightening reminder that even experienced hikers can make mistakes. The video begins like any other. While walking along a rugged trail, Hazy casually responds to comments from his viewers, talking about the importance of getting outside instead of staying home.
Bald and outdoors. What's the best method of kicking your ass to actually get out? I've never regretted going camping once and absolutely love it when I'm out the door, but for some reason really have to drag myself out. I've no idea why. Because it's easier to stay in. Everything's designed to keep you in. The amount of media we have to watch, easy food, easy life. Everyone's knackered from working all day, and that's how they want it, mate. They want you knackered, and they want you staying in and not doing anything and consuming media and fear porn. And what you've got to do, mate, is prove them wrong. Stick it to the man, and stick it to yourself as well, because no one deserves to kick your ass as much as you do.
As he continues speaking to the camera, his attention drifts away from the trail for just a moment. That brief distraction was all it took.
Have your own little foxy inside your head saying, you know, if you're like, I can't be bothered, mate, shit. Ah! Ah! Oh my God, I think I've broke my arm. Oh my God, I think I've broke my arm. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh my God. Right, okay. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Where's my camera gone? Has it gone down waterfall? Oh no. Where's the mic? Mic's still there. You can hear me. Can you hear me? Audio only. Mate, I think I broke my arm, and I was lucky that I didn't land on my head then. I could have been dead. I could have been dead there. Mate, I've just fallen down that cliff. And landed there. My arm is haggard and I've lost my camera. I don't know if it's landed in the water and just gone off end up. I can't see it. I don't know if it's landed in water and gone off end up waterfall, or whether it's on there somewhere on that cliff as I fell down. I feel sick. That was violent. That was violent. Can you? I don't know. My elbow feels absolutely knackered, mate. It's all gone tingly. Mate, that was one of the scariest things that's ever happened to me, because, yeah, if I'd have come down there at a different angle, mate, I would have been dead. And as I was falling, I didn't even know whether I was going down Big Bit.
Without warning, he lost his footing and tumbled down a steep rocky slope near a waterfall. The fall was violent enough that he immediately believed he had broken his arm. His camera was thrown from his hands, and for a moment, he couldn't even tell where it had landed. Still in shock, he realized just how close he had come to hitting his head during the fall. As he gathered himself, the pain in his arm continued to grow, and the adrenaline slowly wore off. Looking back at where he had fallen from, he understood how differently the accident could have ended. A slightly different landing could have resulted in a fatal head injury or left him unable to move in the rushing water below. Fortunately, he escaped with injuries that were far less serious than he first feared, and his arm wasn't actually broken. Even so, the incident serves as a powerful reminder that accidents can happen in an instant. It wasn't an especially large fall, but in the wilderness, even a small mistake can have life-threatening consequences if you land the wrong way. No matter how experienced someone is, nature demands constant attention and respect. One moment of distraction is sometimes all it takes for an ordinary adventure to turn into a survival situation. Number 24, Connor enjoys testing himself with unusual outdoor challenges, often choosing locations that most campers would avoid. In this adventure, he decided to spend the night stealth camping in a forest near Thunder Bay Airport. It was an unusual spot, with busy roads, aircraft overhead, and the feeling that he could easily be discovered.
Okay. Oh, it's just non-stop cars.
it's not moving. I got my jacket on, you won't see what I am. I just stand like this, you won't see me. You won't see me. Okay. Let's go further in. Okay. Now, a little further in here, I think. Shit, a lot of these trees are small. They look better from the road. That's all small, perfect. Oh, fuck. That's all that. Lots of fun surprise. Syringes everywhere. Hello. Great. I'm gonna hope that it just means somebody fucking shot up before getting on a plane, and that nobody's actually living here. Fuck. So.
As he searched for a place to set up camp, he stumbled across something disturbing. Scattered on the ground was a bag filled with used syringes. It was an unsettling reminder that other people had been using the area, and not necessarily for harmless reasons. Even so, he continued deeper into the woods and eventually found a spot to settle in for the night.
Best case scenario, nobody comes and bugs me. I guess worst case scenario, a bear eats me. Or a crackhead, one or the other. I swear I heard a coyote or something. Up here could be a wolf. Sleep. Holding on to my base just in case. I'm not really worried about the animals though. I feel between the highway right there and the sound of the planes will keep them away. So, when something interesting happens, I'll see you in the morning.
As darkness fell, the atmosphere became increasingly tense. The constant sounds of passing traffic and planes mixed with strange noises coming from deeper in the forest. Connor couldn't tell whether they were made by wildlife or something else, but the uncertainty kept him on edge. Although he tried to convince himself it was probably just animals, the feeling that he wasn't completely alone never went away. In the middle of the night, a sudden noise nearby woke him instantly.
There's something in the woods. Get! Security. And there's something in the woods. I'm trying to scare it out of the way. Get! Hope it's not a porcupine, that might hurt. Oh, my heart rate's way up. Oh, fuck, the train. I'm starting to. There's a slight smell of fox in the air now. So I'm actually starting to think it was a fox. Whew, yeah.
Startled, he called out into the darkness, hoping to scare away whatever had approached his campsite. His heart was racing as he listened for more movement. After a while, he noticed a strong scent in the air and began to suspect the visitor may have been a fox, but he could never be completely certain. Just when things finally seemed to calm down, alarms from the nearby airport began echoing through the night, making the experience feel even more unsettling.
Like 3:11, there's car alarms going off from the parking area.
As the early morning hours passed and people started arriving for their flights, Connor packed up his gear and quietly left the area. He completed the challenge safely, but the experience was a reminder that spending a night in remote places isn't only about dealing with wildlife. Sometimes the biggest uncertainty is not knowing who or what might already be out there.